So, little time warp into the future. I've already completed the task of this video with the KLR. Got some crash bars installed, some LED lights that are part of a kit that I should be selling here soon, but I wanted to give a shout out to this company, Grumpy GI Gear. They sent me this toy soldier shirt right here. They're a veteran-owned business, and I'm a veteran, and I have a veteran-owned business, so I want to support them, or any veteran-owned business for that matter, if I can. So yeah, toy soldiers, I used to play with them as a kid, ended up joining the military, and they've got a lot of military-themed shirts that some of them are a little bit politically questionable, I'll just say, but absolutely hilarious. Definitely recommend you go check out their website, grumpygigear.com. I'll leave a link down in the description in the video and probably in a comment as well. But yeah, huge shout out to Grumpy GI Gear for making these absolutely hilarious and cool shirts like this one. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. Subject of video today is the auxiliary light kits and USB charger kits that I've been making for these KLRs. So I've got the V1, the version 1 of the USB charger kit installed on mine. It has no voltage display, so I may end up swapping that out in this video as well. And then the auxiliary light accessory pigtail kits that I've been selling, which is basically just the connector with a little pigtail wire harness and some bullet connectors and then the relay. I want to kind of expand on that a little bit. As you can see here, I've got an auxiliary light switch. This is like little jumper harnesses for that switch, and then we've got these little pod lights right here that I want to try out. I'm going to do some alpha beta testing on these, see if they're good quality units or not. If not, then I'll go with something else as far as the plug and play light kits that I'm trying to piece together go. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be messing with today. The elephant in the room, this big box, has something I've been wanting to get for the KLR for a good minute, which is some crash bars. So they mount kind of off of this front engine mount right here, wrap around, go up to the front to around that area. I wanted to get one of those so I could mount the light kit too, but yeah, I think we're gonna have to take this side cover off here first so that we can access the little screw to remove this dummy plug here for the rocker switch. And then also my V1 kit, when I got it, I just installed it to the barrel connector on the factory harness there instead of using a connector. I hadn't pieced together the stuff to make it a plug and play kit like that previously. So yeah, may install the V2 USB charger kit with the voltage display on my bike today, and then we'll be mocking everything up, seeing what all we need to remove, don't need to remove to get this light kit installed. So let's just quit talking about it, be about it, and get some work done on this thing. Flatheads are right up in there that we need to get out. Not a good idea to try to pry on this one like you can do for the USB plug. Kind of a tight spot here. Not sure how well we're actually going to be able to get to that last one over there or that top one. Yeah, may have to take off that 4mm there. Not really a big fan of the risers. They just, I don't know. Didn't really seem to help much with the windage. Just because there's a bigger gap here, so there's more of a gap for air to flow through. I'm not getting any kind of buffering or anything like that, but just didn't really seem to help over. All right, yeah, that ought to give us some more room here. So that top 4mm as well. It's still a tight fit in here. Definitely need a stubby Phillips head. There is 3 here that have to come out. Like just barely get a bite on that thing. Okay, there we go. That's what it looks like in there. It's, I don't know why they did that, but they did. So anyway, that is the little dummy plug off there now. Should be just the right size for our rocker switch. I sure hope so anyway, because I really don't want to put that back in there. All right, so unfortunately, looks like I'm gonna have to 3D print, design possibly, and 3D print some kind of little plug thing to stick into this port here, because the rocker switch, it just wants to push through. So yeah, looks like I'm gonna go do a little bit of CAD, model up something that this can clip into, that can also just clip into this little port right here. Okay, so last night I decided to design this little bracket here. So it's got little tabs there that snap into the dash, and then I made it this thick because it needed to be that thick for it to snap into the rocker switch there. So I wanted a good sized bezel that went all the way around, that way it would take up any kind of gaps in the dash there. So this should just snap right in, nice and secure. So I printed this out of PET carbon fiber, more than suitable for UV resistance. It's not very hydroscopic like some other 3D printing materials are. It'll stand up to weather, heat, all that stuff really well. So these will be coming with kits whenever I do get them all assembled and ready for production and sale. But yeah, pretty happy with how that turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and mock everything up here with the lights, switch, and actually I'm just going to be using the connector down here, because when I made the V1 kit and installed it on my bike, I ended up just going to those barrel terminals that are underneath the plastics right there in the front. So, I mean, honestly, you could just tee off of this power supply that coming off these barrel connectors, but I've already got the auxiliary kits made up with connectors, so I'll just plug it right into there. That way everything's kind of separate from each other. And yeah, go ahead and get this all mocked up, get the lights all wired up to the switch and everything, and verify everything's gonna work. Then we'll get this all put back together, get the crash bars on there, get the lights mounted up to the crash bars, and go from there with it. All right, so I have everything all mocked up here. Switch is all hooked up the way that it should be. Got our connector on there. Lights here, the harness that goes to them actually unscrews, so I can unscrew those, get them mounted on the bars, get all the wiring ran to those or routed to those. I think I'm probably going to switch out from these spade connectors to some barrel connectors. I just don't like how that portion of it is exposed there. That could, you know, cause a potential short or corrosion later down the line or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all this, get it thrown onto the bike here. I'm just going to quickly mock everything up here. Well, I'm just gonna actually set it down right here. Get this plugged into our connector here. That was good. So key on, lights should be off, I believe. I don't know. Okay, they're on. So everything's working here, but you can see I don't want those to short out right there. So yeah, switch is working. It's all illuminated and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch these out with barrel connectors. It's just gonna be a lot safer connection, not having those exposed terminals there. Man, those lights are really bright. So I have the harness a little bit more like I would like it to be. So what I did here is replaced all of the spade connectors, aside from the ones on the rocker switch itself, with these barrel connectors, and added in a jumper harness. So the ground side has a 3-wire jumper harness, one for the connector pigtail there, and then the other 2 that go directly to the lights. So this means that I can sell like this portion of the kit separate from a complete light kit, and you can add in whatever lights that you prefer for your application. So yeah, get this other ground plugged in, and we've got the 2-wire jumper here for the positive side of the lights. And yeah, it just makes it little bit more modular for replacing lights later on, or adding in your own lights and having a complete separate kit for just the rocker switch with the jumper harness and the pigtail there. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this harness all thrown into the bike, get the side cover put back on, get the crash bars on there, and then get the lights mounted up onto the crash bars. Okay, so I just noticed up underneath the front fender there's a bolt hole there. So the kit came with this little bar right here to secure the crash bars to. So the bolt that came with this kit was pretty short, didn't have a whole lot of thread engagement, so I have a lot of hardware on hand. Decided to go with, I don't know, maybe a 10 mil longer bolt. And if you turn the wheel like completely to one side, it's a little bit easier to get your hand in there and get this bracket mounted up into the bike. So I'll throw a little bit of thread locker on this real quick. Still not like the easiest spot to get into. I'll leave it kind of loose for now, get that snugged up whenever we get the other actual crash bars on there. All right, crash bars are on, got the skid plate back on there, got the lights mounted up. I don't know if this is the permanent position or not, but I kind of like how I can just tuck the wire harness into that side panel port right there. So I do have the light switch and adapter pulled out at the moment. I just don't like how it kind of pops out just a little bit down there. So I ended up redesigning this adapter just a little bit, where these little notches right here are a little bit taller, so hopefully they'll grab onto the dash a little bit better and not let it kind of rock out there on the bottom. So yeah, got that to button up, so I'm going to keep the wiring kind of loose for now. Everything is all plugged up though. Switch is powering on, and there are the lights. Man, those things are so bright for how small they are. I mean, I guess they're kind of like a projector style headlight. God, it hurts my eyes even. So looking at the garage door there, huge difference. It's kind of high where the beam is, where I've got it mounted right now. So I don't know, I may end up like turning these downward a little bit so they're a little bit lower, but yeah, we'll see. I'll have to take it on a night ride and just see how it looks. Go from there. Did I turn those off or not? Yeah, okay. So I think for the time being, while I test these lights out, I want to get at least like a couple weeks, maybe a month worth of test time with these lights and make sure they're going to be good quality, stand up to the test of time before I do like the fully complete light kit. But until then, I think I will go ahead and do another more complete kit that has rocker switch, a little adapter for the rocker switch, and the jumper harnesses and everything, so that you can hook up your own lights if you wanted to. But yeah, I think that's pretty well going to do it for this video. I'll have all of this posted on my website, qtsmoto.com, where I already have the USB charger kits for sale and also the auxiliary pigtail kits. So yeah, if you guys want to go pick those up, I'll leave a link in the description and also down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please hit thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down below. If you feel like I earned your subscription today, go ahead and tap on that sub button down there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.